Okay, and welcome back to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. I'm your host, Ale Wolf. You're just checking my mix board for a second. It looks like everything that needs to be sounding is playing right now. So, today we've got a showcase for you in the form of a Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy Kong's Quest. We are at King Cruel's Keep, or is it Captain Cruel, Captain K. Rule? It doesn't matter. We've been having quite a bit of trouble in this last world, but here's hoping that we're close to the finish line. Before I even mention any of that, I do apologize for the later than usual stream. I did have to taking one of the Lobos into the vet this morning, and yeah, he's fine now though, just in case anyone was keeping track. But before we move on to the main event, let's go ahead and review what's on tap today. And so I found this nugget this morning while I was at the grocery shop, and this is a Wolf Mother Hazy IPA, something that I haven't tried before. And as you can probably guess the reason why I decided to buy it, not simply because it was Mother Earth, which is one of my favorite breweries, but it's also got a very neat picture of a wolf. And if anything will get me to laser focus on a can of beer, it'll certainly be just having a wolf picture there. So this is a sepia-ish wolf, almost reddish. Let's see what it's like. Actually, let's see what Untapped has to say on it. And I guess it's new enough that it's only been rated about 300 times or so, and there's no real Untapped description. Let's see if the can actually has anything to say about this particular drink. Well, it's Project X, which is a beer art endeavor. I'm guessing that that's referring to the can art itself. Oh, and I guess the artwork is actually credited to @VojaWorld on Instagram. Well, let's go ahead and just flavor it, and we'll make up our own minds here. So, as you will recall, my rant about hazy IPAs. Hazy IPAs are unlike West Coast IPAs, which is your conventional IPAs. West Coast IPAs are generally quite bitter, and the reason for that is because during the brewing process, you add hops while the brew is boiling, which unleashes all of the bitterness into the drink. And so I am not a fan of West Coast IPAs. I detest most of them, and I will have them as something to chug and nothing more whenever I desecrate myself with such practices. A hazy IPA, on the other hand, does not suffer the same fate. While it may have the same mass content of hops, the hops actually get dropped in during the secondary fermentation process, which means that the only thing that actually gets onto the beer are both the floral notes of the hops as well as some of the flavor, which is actually quite floral, depending on the type of hop that you use on the beer itself. And it's also largely unfiltered, very similar in look to its wheat beer's partners. And like I said, generally they're more tropical. They're a little bit more crisp, and that's because of the body. Yeah, and I certainly do like them. Some people have suggested that this decade has been the decade of hazies, and I am one to cheer that on. All that being said, fang a nail, dear viewer. Yeah, and I do get some fruit-like flavors there. I want to say maybe it's got a bit of a mango edge to it, which is quite nice. I certainly didn't expect that, and the can certainly didn't warn me of it. It doesn't have too much aroma, but I don't necessarily have that as a requirement when I drink one of these hazies. And again, very medium body. So certainly something I'm willing to go ahead and recommend. Cheers. Wow. But with that, let's go ahead and move on to the main event. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick back up where we were. Well, let's go ahead and assume that it's the topmost. Yeah, let's go ahead and assume that it's nah, it could also be this. I guess we'll find out. Maybe not. Chain link chamber. Oh, this is the start of the level. Maybe I had it right the first time. Alright. This might have been a particularly difficult point. I believe last time I played this game it was about 3 weeks ago or so, so do forgive me if I am just a bit hazy in terms of what I'm supposed to be doing here. Well, I'm sure after I perish for God knows how many times it'll all come back to me. And if I'm not mistaken, chain link chamber will probably be the penultimate level before I ascend all the way down, all the way up to the King Cruel fight, Captain Cruel. And I think I have to go on top, so just wait for these guys. And that was not a good start. Ah, come on. How long? Clearly I needed to do something with my trigger finger there. That's not what I wanted. Here we go. Okay, let's try this one more time. And avid viewers of the stream will know that in this particular world I've had to resort to one too many suspend points. It is really an unforgiving world. King Cruel's Keep taken together as a whole. Oh, come on. I'm just gonna wait for them. There you go. I'm gonna regret that, aren't I? Of course I did. I gotta stop doing that. Okay. Quite amusing that Diddy's just there in the background doing its motion animation. Okay. Not a great start. Come on, guys. Okay, wow. Okay. Wow. Didn't expect that one. What the? Oh, right. So the black Krock or Kremlin here just steals lives, which is not a happy time. Oh, what's over here though? Cog. I don't know. That's fine. Alright, so this is, we finally made it to Funky's Flights, which means that it's the first time we've been able to actually leave this particular world. I don't think we need to really go back. I'm gonna go ahead and make a suspend point here. That's not what I... Right. Here. Did I just... Oh, wonderful. Wow. Okay. That's not even. That's not even. Clearly I needed to practice anyways. And that's recoverable. Okay, not too bad. And I think the last obstacle here should be the crash. Alright, not too bad. And that was even better than before, so maybe that was worthwhile. Okay, so here we create a suspend point. Yes, basic functions. Let's check out what Swanky's got up for us. Alright, let's take the quiz here. What is the name of this area of the island? Cruel's Castle, Cruel's Keep. I thought it was Cruel's Keep. What is the name of Old Man Kong, who lives in a monkey museum? New cranky mode. Which of these enemies also appeared in Donkey Kong Country? I believe the Zingers were in the last one. Definitely not canon. There was no rats. Alright. Challenge number 2. What is the name of the castle level with the rising floor? I'm pretty sure it's Castle Crush. How many animal buddies can you ride in the game? Okay, so there's Rambi, there's On Guard, there's Rattly, there's Squitter the Spider. Who am I missing? I know there's somebody else. There's no Winky. There's somebody that goes fast. There's Squawks. I guess you can consider that a rideable animal. And the seal and the anglerfish don't really count. I'm gonna guess 5. Okay. What is the name of the flying ghost coat Kremlin who throws objects? It's some dumb name. Cloak? It's not Black Jacket. Flapper doesn't make sense. It's probably Cloak. Okay, let's go for broke. Big Ape Bounty. What is your spider buddy's name? Squitter. How many desks are there in Kong College? What? 5. I've never even been there. I've never had to save my game. Oh, cool. How many different baddies do you think there are in the game? Okay, blind guess here. It can't be 20, that sounds too little. 40 sounds ridiculous, but 30 is just right. Hey, seems like luck was on our side today. Okay, so maybe we create a suspend point here. Right before Toxic Tower. Which I think is the castle level with the green goo that keeps rising. So this one is going to be tense. And if you're just joining us, still drinking a Wolf Mother Hazy IPA. Because we like wolves. Now, how long does it actually... Okay, well, I answered my own question. Yeah, okay. Let's just move. Let's just move, guys. Wonderful. I need to measure my jumps a little bit better than that. Just believe in the rattlesnake. I'm really not here for exploration. I really just want to make it out. Okay, what? Oh, okay, I need to do a hyper jump. And that's not what I wanted to do. I guess, not doing too much here, but... Whoa. Oh, and that's death sentence. Well, get ready to see a stream full of green, I suppose. Jeez, how am I supposed to make that particular jump while waiting for this thing to... So maybe the trick there was not to go for the DK barrel. But I thought I was actually making good progress. And honestly, I do wish I just had that extra hit. I'm not. I think we're fine. Some mad platforming skills here. Where am I going? Where am I going? How? Okay, so I guess I can go through the walls. Just jump, dude. Wow. I just missed that barrel. That was bad. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Alright. Generally, if you follow the banana, you are safe. But that can only get you so far, really. Whoa, okay. And that's where the hero coin was, which I might try to get next time around. Because rest assured, there will be a next time. How does... Come on, just do the jump. Seriously. And that's the end of that. Okay. I wonder how, if the entire level will be with Rattly, actually. I specifically remember a lot of these final worlds have you bouncing around between animal buddies. So this might not be the end-all be-all. And if you will recall, Rattly is not one of my favorite animal buddies anyways. I'm not going for that hero coin. Okay. Oh, and Squawks. Okay, we made it halfway. I knew we were gonna have a switch up. Famous last words. I knew we were going to switch animal pals. Just die. Oh, and a red one can't be killed, of course. Jeez. That was a surprise. That was ridiculous. Jeez, I physically flinched on that one. That was insane. Ah, man. Well, now that we are here, we might have made it to the midway point. Might as well make a suspend point here. Go ahead and do that there. Okay. At least we won't have to repeat that whole Rattly thing. I guess as long as I dodge them, it doesn't matter if I hit them or not. Ah, that was stupid. I should have just taken the time to take it off. Pick it off. Don't actually need to kill any of these. Come on. Just the frames of it. You have to really be frame perfect, I think. All right. I did the same thing. Worthless. I really have no recollection of most of this, and I can only imagine that as soon as I completed these levels as a child, I simply wanted to forget about them. Okay. We're doing great. We just have to escape through this one. And really, you don't really have to kill these, you just have to get by them. Ah, that was foolish. Didn't need to happen. Might as well just keep like throwing nuts to catch off any enemies off screen. And now it's Squitter. Oh. Wait. Ah. Well, that's gonna pose an interesting challenge. I'm not the fastest in terms of trigger fingers when it comes to Squitter's web. I know that there's a particular button combination that you can press to make platforms appear right underneath him, but it's not the easiest thing to do. Well, if I make it to Squitter unharmed, I might as well just create a save point there. But that's a pretty fat chance. Nice. Do I need to kill these? And create a suspend point here. We actually managed to pull it off. That's ridiculous. Okay, let's see if I remember how to do this. Is it? Okay. It's a very weird combination on the Switch Pro controller. But I guess I'll work with it. Pain. No. Squitter, you failed me. Clearly your forte is not verticality. Whoa, okay. So... geez, that was... I honestly thought that I was about to be submerged into the goo. I need to take a moment here. The times that I have regretted wearing gloves while playing this world, let's just leave it at that. Okay, and we've made it to Stronghold Showdown, so it is time for the showdown. Gotta calm these nerves. And just, okay. Okay, so let's do this. Victory, triumph, and song. Nice. But wait a second. And of course it's not the end. Okay. Let's go ahead and create a suspend point here just in case we want to go back to any of the other worlds. Let's say here would be fine. I doubt that there's a Funky's Flight in this. So this is the Flying Krock, which means that I aptly named this stream. I actually didn't know that I was going to reach it. I was feeling ambitious, so maybe for good reason. And so Screech's Sprint. This whenever reaching this back in the day, it always threw me for a loop because I thought that all I was going to do was going to fight King Cruel, but then they put one last Bramble level there, which fine. I do love Bramble. What's the name of the song? Well, the Bramble Scramble theme for some reason is escaping me. But it is a race against Squawk's enemy, and it's just a very odd level in comparison to all of the other Final World levels. It almost seems to me like it belongs in the Lost World, which I know we haven't touched on this stream, and I don't intend to. Those worlds are ridiculously hard. But yeah, it's interesting that they decide to put this particular very offshoot type of level at this stage in the game. Yeah. So with that, let's go and die some more. Cat of Nine Tails. That's not... Come on. Wow. Okay. Great start. Okay. Clearly testing your platforming skills here. What? It's like carrying a loaded Koopa shell. And so I know that the midway point here is the start of the race. So we won't actually be with Diddy and Dixie for too long. Again, some of these things just have to be pixel perfect. Okay. No! What? I just tried to kill it with a... what a waste. I honestly just tried to cartwheel into it, but I guess it's invincible as long as it's spinning. I did not see that guy coming in. Shameful, shameful. Alright, let's give this another go. Of course, this is the easy part of the level. That's not what I meant to do. Jeez, okay. Sad. I wonder if they actually count on you having Diddy for that particular jump. You can't really do it unharmed otherwise. And of course it didn't register because it was just off screen. Okay. And again, just pixel perfect. My senses are not really there, but... Okay, I'm just gonna avoid these guys. They're more trouble than they're... What the... Okay, now let's wait for the neckies. Fortunately, this is not Ninja Gaiden where enemies just keep popping up every time you leave the screen. There's a little more persistence. Where are we? Oh, okay. And there's a cannonball up there for some reason. I don't think we really need to go for it. What are we doing here? Okay, I'm just gonna make the jump. Okay, so here is the halfway point. And I'll probably collect Diddy here and save right before the race. So create a spend point. Let's pop it here. And yeah, clearly I needed to do that. Did it just save as I was hurting myself? No, of course I didn't. How about here? Might make a little more sense. Okay, and so this is the race. Can I actually hurt this thing? And I think this is the only part of the game where you actually hear this theme, which is unfortunate because every time I'm in this type of world, I actually want to hear the Ramble Scramble song. Have I already lost, by the way? I can't see the thing. Whoa. I'm fairly certain that, what's his name? Whoa, okay. At least he can avoid all the enemies. I'm just like trying to avoid everything here. Wow, certainly quick. Okay. Alright, let's try this one more time. Maybe I'm missing some key shortcuts or something. Jeez. Terrible. Whoa. Oh, nice. I didn't realize that that was there. Maybe there's other conveniently placed shortcuts like that. Unfortunately, I think that the problem here is that once he passes me, there's very little chance of me actually gaining back ground. You seriously have to be just perfect here. I don't know if that was from the brambles or that was from the race itself. Oh, and I guess I died twice. That was definitely from the brambles. What I am going to do is I'm going to look up some information to see if there's any actual additional barrels I can take that way. Because I'm definitely not going to. There's a map. see if I search for Screech's Sprint shortcuts. And feel free to drop tips if you're watching. Let's see here. You will then hit the ceiling. That's an exploit that doesn't make sense. There's some speed runs here, but I'm not gonna... What's the point of me watching that here? All I really wanted to know was there's some barrels. Great stages, Bramble Scramble, and Screech's Sprint. Screech's Sprint cheat. So apparently there's a glitch where if you are transparent right as the race starts, you actually don't have to race them. I don't know if I'm ready to resort to that just yet, but it's something to pocket, I suppose. Screech's Sprint. How about Screech's Sprint map? Maybe the map might help out just a bit. Where does the race start? Okay, I think we're just gonna go at it. I'm sure we'll find shortcuts along the way. While I'm sure Google has all the answers I need, I honestly don't really have the time or patience to look for this. Let's just do it. Just do it right. And so that's at least one of them. Ah, that was stupid. What about here? Oh, so there was a DK barrel there. Alright, well, practice makes perfect. Okay, so this is the first one, and that gives us a pretty big boost, I want to say. Okay, nice. So we just needed to follow the DK barrel there. What? He's already... That was no shortcut. Just sad. Okay. And that was lame. I am honestly surprised at the fact that I could have possibly done this as a kid. Ah, jeez. I fail to understand. Sometimes the brambles on the bottom hit me and sometimes they don't, and so it's quite difficult to actually determine. Oh, jeez. It really is just to throw yourself into the chasm without rhyme or reason. Ah. Okay, so clearly it'll just have to be muscle memory here. Okay, I think what I know what we need to do. We will be right back. Let's go ahead and load that suspend point one more time. And yes, we will be right back. And that's not what I meant to do. There we go. Okay, so back in the day when there was no such thing as the internet, and you couldn't really exchange tips with your closest peer, there was a different way to work around these issues, and that's this, an actual print magazine, a player's guide, if you will. And so this was sufficient information for me to get through this stage back in the day. Let's see what it has to say about Screech's Sprint. And I do apologize just for taking us long, but this happened to be in the recesses of a dusty attic, let's say. So here's the map for Screech's Sprint. You can see all that. Yeah, that's wonderful. Let's see what it has to say. From the start of the race, go left and down to find invisible barrel blasts. These will give you enough of a lead to get the hero coin. From there, go down and left 2 barrels that will shoot you back into the race. And that is all it says. I guess there's a bonus area, but that's before the Screech race. That's all it had to say about it? Okay. I guess we're gonna have to finish this one cleanly. Clearly I must have been a very patient child. Alright. What the? Okay, and I think there's one. Nah. That is not what I meant to do. So much for this player guide. See how long it takes before I have to cheese this. And there's another barrel there, which is nice. I don't think I need it. Ah, that was unnecessary. Just floating down makes it very difficult. What? It's already here. Alright, I think I've had enough of this race. I think we will just cheese it. And there you go. Race officially cheesed. And the nicest part is we get to keep our theme. Much like Jerry Seinfeld, I choose not to race. Oh. And here we are in the part where I would become incredibly tense because this is exactly where my shortcuts end, or barrel blasts, invisible barrels end. Now see, this is what I'm talking about. Just it's relaxing, it's stimulating. have to worry too much about the stresses of life. It's just you and the scenery. Though my capture card is not doing a great job of capturing that song. And we're just gonna go up. Geez, this reminds me of that water level in the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Nintendo video game, where you had electric algae. If anybody remembers that. And that's the finish line, isn't it? Okay, whatever, I don't even care. Victory! So we save here, and there's the Funky's flights, I guess. I don't think we need it. We'll make a final suspend point here. Wow, what a pain. All right, so let's do it. Let's go ahead and save Donkey Kong. Oh my gosh, what kind of animal abuse is this? Oh, and I guess you can't actually touch him. And yeah, not my brightest moment. So this is a lot of patterns that have to be remembered. Why did I do that? Who's even driving this thing? Just that vacuum sound. What? I gotta learn how to dodge him a bit better than that. Okay, and then with the spiky ball, I've got to do better with my jumps on this guy. Maybe the key here is to jump through him in the same vertical location as the spike balls themselves. Okay, that seemed to work out. That's hilarious. Let's wrap this up at least. Okay. I think we've got a good strategy to move forward though. Okay, nice. Why would you not throw the thing in the right direction? Ah, sad. That was such a good shot too. That had been such a good run so far. Okay. I should really just make a suspend point right at this point. And that's not what I meant to do. Confuse my A's and my B's on this. Okay. Okay. 2 down. Now he's gonna throw 2 at the same time. And I didn't activate my ponytail, of course. Just swallow it, it's right there. Ah, that's sad. Why wouldn't it? Okay. That was ridiculous. Nice, so 3 shots down. And that is where we're creating another suspend point. What? They just keep going. And so I guess this is the area where we get into a bullet hell style a fight. What? Ah, my control pad is just not helping out today. Load suspend point. What I literally did the same exact thing. And again, this control pad on the Switch controller is not the most responsive thing in the world, unfortunately. Not the most responsive thing in the world. Ah, sad. Reminds me of some of the fights against Birdo back in Super Mario Brothers 2. There's a giant banana in the back. What's up with that? Okay, so as long as it's not the highest one, I think I can just jump through most of those. But those come and go, so that just makes it difficult. And some of these are just way faster than others. Just get... that was a kamikaze attack. Alright. This is the bane of our existence right now. And see, every time I just try to hit the left, it just automatically crouches for some reason. It's just... I might try to do it with a control stick, actually. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? Using a control stick on a 16-bit game. And we're gonna have to just cheese our way through this. That's not cool. Every second clearly counts here. Alright, now this is where we need the most practice. Wonderful. What am I? Ah, hilarious. Okay, and I think this might be the... Okay. I think I vaguely remember this. Alright. This is where we separate the men from the boys. I am a boy. Just get the thing. Alright, let's see. I gotta say though, the control stick is not as terrible as I thought. Certainly in comparison to the control pad that I was struggling with. For this particular fight anyways. And I really don't feel like creating a suspend point if I don't have both monkeys on me. I keep missing that part. Okay, so here's where we go. Those are some fun arches. How do you even... I would still say that this is more difficult than that last part, to be perfectly honest with you. Okay. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Ah, that just got me. I didn't even see that one coming. But it looks like it's a total of 6 shots. Okay, I'm just gonna wait here, which I think gives me the most leeway in terms of preparation. Ah, no escape. Okay. Alright. Ah, and that third ball is a tricky one. It's always in that mix between the highs and the lows that I'm just like, I can't do it. But one day I will. Just the reach of some of these is, it's just ridiculous. Let's try it like this. Oh man, come on. I just need one clean ditty finish. Not today. Panic at the Disco here, folks. Battle of attrition. I can tell you one thing though, this is certainly easier than Screech's sprint. And actually, let's go ahead and create a secondary suspend point here. Feeling a bit ambitious. Very sad. Some of these things just go so far, it's ridiculous. Whoa. It was right there. It was right there. Ah, I should have used my ponytail on that one. Wow, it's the same exact. Why would I approach the barrel from the back? It's also it's a barrel. Why am I dying to a barrel? Just gotta clear my mind of whimsy and be as the ginkgo flower. Let me know if you know that reference. And just the spacing between the consecutive attacks is also just something that you have to manage pretty well, because even if you think that you've gone through a pair of these iron balls, if you step far back enough, you'll actually get hit by them, which kind of just throws off everything that you achieved thus far. Let's see this. I should have gone a bit further back. Wow. A quick moment of indecision. Okay, create a suspend point here. That barrel is not going to get me. Ah! Why did I create a suspend point there? Is it just a cursed suspend point? I guess it is. It was nice while it lasted though. But as they say, if we did it once, we can do it again. Okay, create a suspend point here. Let's see what happens. Is that it? Is that it? Of course I had to whiff it like that. Is that it? Is that it? Of course it's not. But at least it's our best suspend point yet. Okay, what are we fighting at this point? Ice clouds? What? Ah. What? Is it another cursed suspend point? Gotta find a way to make that suspend point good. Okay, now we replace this one. And so Dixie's hair trumps this. Easy enough. I am. I'm just panicking here for no reason. Beautiful. Making progress one step at a time. What is... Whoa. This is actually not too bad. That just came out of nowhere. I don't think we need that. We don't need that. What is this? Ah, he's got the strongest vacuum level yet. No, creates a spend point here. Okay, so hazy clouds, skulls on it. Wait, where's... Is it just... What happened there? I thought I was supposed to receive a cannonball or something. Ah, how are you even supposed to escape that? He's just invisible. Is that the idea here? Creates a spend point here. All right. So he's going to do this thing. Maybe just run to the opposite side of the screen. Ah! I was literally right there. He couldn't just let go of the stupid. Okay, I know what we're doing though. No, that's cheating. Wow. Wow, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh, and once you get past him, he just automatically knocks you off. Oh man, that is sad. It really is just random. No, why would he just show up in front of you? Ladies and gentlemen, what is happening? Okay. Thank bloody goodness. What have I been doing with my life? All right. We might have cheesed our way through these last few levels, but there's just no way that I could have done those cleanly within the time frame we've got here. So if we were to link together all of those good performances, then you'd have one really solid performance. But maybe not today. Maybe in the next lifetime. And so here's where we count hero coins, which determines how well you did. I probably got last place. And so both Mario and Yoshi RPG defeated me. Of course, Link from Zelda 2 defeated me as well. If you want to look at your limited progress on this screen, buzz off. No hoppers. No more hoppers. And let's just enjoy the credits roll. Puffed up. It's funny how the only time you actually learn the names of these enemies is at the credit screen. There's a difference between Lockjaw and Snapjaw, I guess. Good old Spanker. I hated those things. Any of the enemies that approach you in vertical fashion on a horizontal scroll level are just a nightmare. So he was called Cloak. I remember my ride through the Ghost Rickety race. That was a nightmare unto itself. Ah, they were barnacled. So there's Crow. I think there's a second Crow here. This boss was also a nightmare just because of its hitboxes. King Zing was the one that you faced with Squawks, which was actually a pretty good fight. Captain Cruel is not what I would consider a good fight. That was... it just... yeah. I did not enjoy that. Rattly. Squitter has got more sneakers than I do in my personal collection. glimmer in its one level. Conclaw. Shouldn't it be Conclam? Now with new funky mode. Dual wielding canes. Okay, so Kiefer Sutherland. Let's see if we can actually speed through this. I think we've seen everything we wanted to see here. So, well, while that is going, take a short break. Okay, so I guess that wraps up the credits. I'll have to catch exactly what happened there since I happened to step away from the screen for a moment. But one thing I'm deadly curious about is what exactly my percentage was on this particular run. And that's actually something we might not even be able to see considering that I never saved my game properly. 65%. I was aiming for 69. Oh well. I think I'm satisfied though. I think this was good. Again, this was an any percentage run, so I wasn't particularly thinking that I was going to get very far regardless. But if I ever decide to touch this game file again, I would probably have to go for more of those Krem coins and the rest of those hero coins. At this point, I am just. I think I need a break from Donkey Kong Country 2. An excellent game. I highly recommend anyone that loves platformers and specifically retro platforms to try it out. I want to say at least the first 3 worlds, 4 worlds even. Anything before Gloomy Gulch don't require that much expertise. It's really just a fun romp. But then once you get down to those later levels, yeah, your mileage may vary. And actually, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this particular segment of the stream right now. So, thank you everyone who came to watch our retro section. We'll be back in a few minutes with Final Fantasy XIV, which we haven't done in a while with guest of the show, John. Hopefully you enjoy that as well. Still running through my arcanist there. And we'll probably have something else to drink in my hand. Definitely need something that takes the edge off a bit, because right now I'm just, I've certainly shaved off a few hours from my life, to say the least. So that being said, stay thirsty, Wolfkin. Hopefully I catch you on the other side of this break, but if not, catch me next week, Thursday, for some more Hades. So see you then. Okay, and welcome back to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. I'm your host, Alewolf, and before we move any further, let me go ahead and turn on desktop audio. Turn off our cool caramel soundtrack. Alright, so hopefully you can hear the dulcet tones of Final Fantasy XIV, a prelude to what awaits us this afternoon. Today, as usual, we have friend of the show, John. John, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah?
Doing pretty good.
Good day so far?
Yeah, I'm drinking some Coke Starlight, so I'm doing pretty good.
What's Coke Starlight?
Have you seen, well, I guess if you don't know about it, you probably haven't seen it, but it's a new flavor of Coke that's apparently a limited edition. So it's like, it's kind of a strange flavor. It's like, I don't know, maybe cotton candy-ish, almost. But they say it's space-flavored Coke.
So, ipso facto, space people like the taste of cotton candy.
I guess.
Do you like it over regular Coke?
I mean, I would, if it was at a fountain, and I had to pick one, I might pick Starlight if I felt like it, but it's not super like amazing. It's not something that I would pick every time.
So let's say that you are at a, I don't know, what's a place that has one of those soda fountain streams.
Arby's.
Yeah, let's say that you are at good old Arby's, trying to eat healthy. You know, you don't want a burger. You want like some grilled chicken, or I have no idea what they have at Arby's. But
Mostly deli meat.
yeah, I would never go there. Anyways, you're there. You're in front of the soda fountain. You see this Coke. What did you call it?
Starlight.
Coke Starlight. You have like 32 other flavors. Would you at least fill your cup with 50% of Coke Starlight?
Never been a huge fan of mixing the different Cokes or different sodas. I don't know. It all just seems to melt together, and it's not super appealing to me. But maybe.
Okay, well there you have it, folks. That's the greatest support we're going to show for Coke Starlight today. It would be at least 50% of my cup in an unlimited fountain station. But moving on to slightly more conventional drinks, though, I have in my hand an Allagash White. Are you familiar with Allagash White, John?
I am not. No.
So Allagash White, as you can assume, is made from Allagash, which is an American brewery. Allagash White specifically is a Belgian-style American wheat beer. I can say that I don't necessarily fancy too many American wheat beers. I do tend to hunker down with Belgian-specific, wheat beer specifically made in Belgium, but Allagash does a pretty fine job, I'm going to say. Pretty solid. I think it was one of the first wheat beers I actually tasted, so let me just go ahead and pour this. Clearly I can't talk while I pour at the same time. And so fans of the show will recall that wheat beers are made with wheat instead of barley as the base. And other characteristics that make wheat beer specifically iconic are the fact that they are largely unfiltered, so you can hardly actually see through these guys. They're very cloudy. And many other points of notes. While most wheat beers that most people enjoy are made in the Belgian style or German style, Belgian style wheat beers are nice because they have a nice citrus kick to them, whereas German style wheat beers, which are generally known as Hefeweizens, they have a slightly more banana style flavor. I don't know that I have a favorite. It depends on the type of day that it is, but Allagash White. Fingernail.
I do like the taste of bananas.
There's nothing wrong with bananas. Get your potassium kick, John. So yeah, definitely a solid flavor. It does have good taste of orange, maybe even coriander there. Interesting. But yeah, it's good. Certainly a good recommend. But with that, let's go ahead and move on to our main event today. And we are moving on to Final Fantasy XIV. Let me go ahead and try to capture this. And of course, it's not capturing properly. That's not what I want. Okay, I think there it is. Alright, let's see if we can actually get into the queue. And so, 22 players ahead of us. Are you already in the world, John?
Yes, I am.
So how's your
I'm
week?
just answering some messages on Discord with some relatives.
Some
so.
troublemaking relatives, would you say?
Yes. Yes.
Crazy kids out there. It's a good thing you only see them on Thanksgiving.
I guess so.
Okay, so it's been at least 3 weeks since I've touched this. I have no idea what I was doing.
Main story quest. And we were, I think the last time we actually got to a dungeon, which was, what is it called again? It wasn't Sastasha, it was... Let's see... I have it. Halatali, I think, is the last one that we did.
Hot tamale. Oh, I think I remember what I was
Almost.
doing last time I was here. I procured the services of a retainer because I wanted to empty out my bags. And I hired the retainer, and I was assuming that the retainer was going to show up in front of me, but then it completely disappeared, and I've never been able to find them.
There's these bells around the city, like these little calling bells that you go up to and then they show up there.
Calling bells? What do they look like?
Like little bells.
Okay,
It's
well,
like a little bell on a post.
I guess if I see one, I will interact with it, but I think I remember traveling around town trying to look for one, and it just wasn't happening. Oh, and it looks like we have a new viewer on the stream. Neuromanthos, welcome to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. What brings you here? Well, while this person is sorting themselves out, what should we do? Let's see. In terms of my main storyline quest, I've got life materia and everything. Present Minfilia's dagger to Muta Mix at the bonfire.
Yeah, I think you should continue the main story quest because we have to do the Bowl of Embers, which is the first trial in Final Fantasy XIV. So I'm basically stuck there until we can do it.
Okay. It shall be done. And that's not what I did. Is that what I meant to do? Okay. All right. I sure wish the game would prompt me whenever I have a profession-related quest. So far, I've had to find them myself, which has been a little frustrating. Seems like we've got some activity in the chat. Phoenix Bumbly Pops. Sounds like Metamucil.
That it does.
So, John, have you consumed any significant piece of media this past week?
I finally got around to watching Nightcrawler. That was a really good movie.
It's been a few years for me. What did you think?
I thought it was pretty interesting. I think that when you mentioned it to me, how you were saying that you liked the movie because the main character was like a very committed or very very like detail-oriented character. I think that that's pretty much correct, but it's also, you know, correct in that it's like a goes in a total twist because yeah, the guy was pretty crazy.
Yeah, isn't it? And isn't it fun? And I guess let's go ahead and say spoilers for the movie Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal. He kind of starts off as kind of an idiot, just like bumbling around. But I guess what he oozes of is just determination, and so he's gonna just try to get all of these shots of like people in accidents late at night. And it's like he's found his thing, but at the same time, it's also just you don't actually get a feeling that he's particularly committed to doing this one thing. It's just what he needs to do right now.
Yeah, I think what was just entertaining to me was the fact that he was always very polite and very like robotic with his responses and the way that he dealt with other people. I think the way the other character, his buddy, the one that he hired for like $30 a day, I think he said it best that he didn't understand people.
Wait, say that again.
That he didn't understand people because he kept treating everything so like mathematically, and he kept treating like interactions with people so mathematically that it was just amusing.
Yeah, I actually forget how that movie ends. So he keeps getting deals from this one TV station, and then he gets in with that lady that works at that show. But I forget what happens afterwards. Do you mind refreshing my memory?
So after he gets I don't know if he gets hired. I think what happens is that he basically gets a deal with these people because he's a good freelancer. He's able to get the material faster and better than other people. And then after that, he kind of goes and starts like hunting for more. And I think the first kind of turning point was when he witnessed the murdering of a bunch of people, of a bunch of rich affluent people in that neighborhood, and he actually snuck in like right after the shooting had happened.
Yeah, I remember that.
And after that, he also withheld the information from the detectives, right? He withheld information so that he can actually follow up and get the story on the bad guys getting caught.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically the two main plot points that happen right after that. Is he gets the first big story, and then I think in between those 2 points, he like messes up somehow. I think if I remember correctly, he like is unable to get a video of like a stabbing or something, or of a plane crash, and then his boss, I guess, yells at him, and then he goes crazy.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah, he just I think what the movie's supposed to show you is just the greatness of his morality greatness, not greatness. I have a sore throat here, so my vocals are not working properly. But it's not as if he's actively doing something bad. It's more of his inaction, or just on his quest to get the best possible scoop on things. He is just letting things be for the worse. I don't think.
Yeah, but I think he
Go
is
ahead.
doing. He did do wrong when he withheld the information from the detective, because they could have caught those people. And later on in the movie, the way that they catch the two guys, the two perps that shot up the rich people's house, is he waits until they're like at a restaurant.
Again, the movie is not as fresh in my memory, but you're probably right. So it's a slow, gradual descent into malfeasance. Yeah, so it's a very interesting origin story to the X-Men character Nightcrawler, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should probably watch that one again. It's quite good.
Yeah, I think when I finished it, I couldn't help but think that it gave me American Psycho vibes, because it kind of tells the story of this guy who's kind of crazy, but at the same time, it also tells like a larger. It gives like a larger point about how society has kind of allowed for this to happen, like lets him get away with it, basically. Similar to American Psycho, except I think American Psycho was a little bit less. It was a little bit more figurative, because it's hard to know whether the killings that happened in that movie were actually happened, or if they were in his head.
Well, in terms of American Psycho, I understand the question that you're trying to propose, but I think what the message of the movie there is, even if it had happened, you would have probably landed at the same outcomes, just because he is a rich white man in a society that's full of people like him who do very similar things to him, who harbor very similar feelings. But of course, that's not the topic at hand. Yeah, I suppose Nightcrawler does present you with a slightly more realistic take, and nothing that happens there is supposed to be figurative. Yeah, so that's definitely a good movie. I'm glad you took my recommendation.
Hmm. I also really enjoyed how they basically nailed the what's it called? Kind of like the whole theme about the newscasters. I think that they did the whole like local news station thing really well. Like it was really convincing. Like I think if you tune into local news nowadays, it's basically exactly the same.
Yeah, that does sound about right. It's all that 24-hour news cycle, John. Okay, so it looks like I got the Ifrit quest next. You know, I happen to. So currently, I'm dealing with Minfilia, and I'm sure you're well aware of who this character is in the larger Final Fantasy XIV story. And not that I particularly know any good details on what is happening right now, but I did happen to catch a stream of somebody playing Shadowbringers, and they were talking to somebody that looked completely different body build, different hairstyle, and I'm like, who's that? Similar voice, very familiar, and it was Minfilia, and I was just like, wait, that doesn't even seem like the same character model. So, anyways, that's upcoming attractions. If you stick around with this stream for let's say 6 years, we might get there.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, some of these characters change a lot during the course of the game. Like, there's a big difference between some of the designs of the characters between now and, like, for example, Stormblood, which is the expansion that I'm on right now. So, yeah.
Okay, so talking to the Flame Sergeant. Apparently there's some abductees. So now we have to lie in wait at the invisible city, wherever that is. Have you happened to catch anything else?
I did finish the first season of Castlevania again. I thought it was pretty entertaining. Definitely didn't remember everything that I saw the first time I watched it. It's still pretty good.
That is a good season.
Talking about Castlevania, did you know that apparently they're coming out with a series of Castlevania, I think by the same people, that instead stars Richter Belmont?
I'm sorry, which of the Belmonts is in the Castlevania show?
In this Castlevania show, the first one, it was Trevor, and I think it's Trevor for the first 4 seasons.
And you're saying that they're starting a new Castlevania show with Richter Belmont.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a show or a movie, but it's called Castlevania Nocturne. Yeah, I think the trailer literally came out today.
Castlevania, Richter's side of the story.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't aware. And you're saying that it's done by the same team that did this particular show?
I believe so, yes. It looks like it, and I think it's also on Netflix, or it's gonna be on Netflix.
That sounds like fun. I wonder if it's in the future or in the past.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the relationship between Richter and Trevor will be.
Well, I'm sure that if we follow the Castlevania timeline, we would probably find that out. Okay, so I think I've arrived at my destination, the Invisible City. So, commence battle for Lord of Inferno. Is this something that we can actually do together?
There's gonna be a point in that quest where it says confront Ifrit in the Bowl of Embers, so that's the one that we can do together.
Okay, so I'll just go ahead and proceed then.
Yep.
And if you're just tuning into the stream, currently enjoying an Allagash White American wheat beer. Refreshing. This man with a really bad mohawk. What is the meaning of this? What are all these Ifrit looking people? Ah, so it's a double crossover. I play my trap card. I should have reviewed my attacks before getting ambushed. Something that just continues to bother me to no end is as soon as one monster is destroyed, the character doesn't actually auto-target the next target. It just like loses time.
Well, that's why I like to just tab right afterwards. Just tab target the next thing.
Something happened. Okay, looks like the Ephesians won. And saved by the mercury bubbles. Well, it looks like we are dead, potentially. Okay, so back in control. We're here with the Flame Sergeant. The Bowl of Embers is now accessible.
Nice, so now we can party up. Give me 1 second, guys.
I see, and that's the entrance to the instance, I suppose. So while I am waiting for you, I can tell you that I was watching a show recently called Yellow Jackets. Have I told you about this before?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess no point in telling you about it. Other than I probably 2 or 3 episodes farther in. It's still quite
Could you
good.
remind me of what what the premise of that show is?
Certainly. So, a girls' high school soccer team travels to travels via plane somewhere, and then they crash land, and they're stranded there for 19 months. And as far as I can tell, only 5 people made it out of like what seems to be like 12 or so people. And you're trying to find out what happened, but at the same time, you have a concurrent timeline in the future where they're trying to deal with somebody trying to unearth what happened during those months.
Mm-hmm.
And so there might be some uh, ghosts potentially. There might be a cult. There might be foul play. It could be that somebody within their own group is a traitor and you don't actually know. So,
Mm.
yeah, it's quite an interesting show. Okay,
That
so
does sound like a good guy.
yeah, so now we're in the same party. What do we have to do?
So we're gonna get a Q pop, so we're just waiting on that.
Keep up.
But realistically, once we get in there, it's basically just going to be one boss fight. And so this one's pretty easy. It's just avoid stuff on the floor. If you're targeted or if you see something glowing on the floor, just move away from it.
Okay.
And you should be good.
I can do that. Speaking of Q, I was listening to a podcast about Street Fighter 3 the other day. And apparently Q showed up in the original Street Fighter 2 stage of Ken. Did you know that?
I did not, really?
Yeah, he was on the boat. You should
Did he
look.
have his metallic face and everything?
Yeah, yeah. Just look up Ken's Street Fighter 2 stage. Um, and yeah, he's there on the boat.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did not
It's
know
a
that.
fact. 100% true.
Okay, now when you say that, it makes me suspect that it might not be true.
It should have reassured you. Hey, what's happening here? I find it amusing that these people are trying to sacrifice us to their god when they are already so massively muscular. Like, we can't deal with these children and lanky people. We have to sacrifice you to this other creature who has similar musculature to ours.
Yeah, I don't know. That is a little bit paradoxical, now that you say it.
Bloody hells. Oh no, the egg of the king.
Talking about Ifrit, have you seen the new trailer for Final Fantasy XVI?
I haven't seen the newest one, no. Is Ifrit there?
Yeah, and basically all of the other icons or all the other summons are in there as well. It's a pretty cool trailer. You should watch it.
Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I should
Maybe
just
you
watch
should
some of
watch it
these
on
trailers
stream.
live stream. Hey, see, we
Yeah.
had the same thought.
Yeah, live reactions.
maybe I should just start doing that. Get some extra viewership that way. Forsooth. Okay, we're in the ring of fire, just like Johnny Cash once foretold.
Alright, I'm going.
Wow. That thing has some range.
Oh, another mechanic that I forgot to mention is that apparently he drops a nail, which is, I guess, an ad. So just make sure to kill that before he goes up into the air, because I think that... Oh, it's right there. So yeah, just be sure to kill that thing.
Jeez, okay. Where did it go? Oh, there it
I
is.
just jumped up.
Wait, are we supposed to just take that hit? Didn't seem like there seemed to be any safe area.
Yeah, we're supposed to. Because, if you didn't destroy the nail, that hit would be a lot more powered up, and so it's just mandatory damage.
Well, did we do it?
Yeah, we did it.
I guess I was a bit more concerned than I needed to be.
It is the first trial, so it's going to be not too tricky. I think the future
Are
trials
you
do
saying
get
that this
trickier,
is
though.
probably the most difficult trial in the game?
No. I think I was saying the opposite of that before you cut me off.
Would you say that I was close to the reality, though?
No, I think you're in the
Well,
opposite of
you're
it.
entitled to your own opinion. Oh, and what is this? Are we going to meet the 6 sages from Ocarina of Time?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Darunia? I like the fact that my character has a nice little pirate hat. Looks very cute. Man, when did Thancred become a ninja? Wait, so are you telling me that out of all the sacrifices that were made to Ifrit in the past, we were the first ones to actually fight back?
Well, we were the first ones not to be consumed by his flame. Because I think that's why all the muscly cat people were surprised. They were like, "Oh, why aren't you consumed now?"
It's like also, if we probably would have ganged up on you, maybe this outcome would not have happened. Livia Sass Junius. Looks like a person from the future. Beware a woman in love.
You find that to be true?
I certainly don't disagree. Alright, we have defeated Ifrit. Life is good. Samsung LG. Okay, so what's next? Speak with Tancred at Camp Drybone. Every time I hear Camp Drybone, I can't help but think of the skeleton turtles from Super Mario.
Those are in fact called dry bones.
Do you think they stole it?
Yes, I think Shigeru Miyamoto stole it from the makers of Final Fantasy XIV.
That scoundrel. Okay, a report to the Scion of the Seventh Dawn at the Waking Sands.
Remember that you can use your Vesper Bay ticket to teleport there instantly.
I always forget how to call that a Vesper Bay. And the
It's in your
ticket.
inventory.
Yeah, I see it. My jacket's looking crappy right now. Is the Waking Sands gonna be a place that I continually go back to?
Yes. But they give you enough tickets so that you don't really need to set your hearthstone there.
Nice. Now we can put paid our long investigation. So I guess this is not the first summon beast we are going to have to face, as you suggested earlier. But I was reading ahead about the summoner class, and you do get to summon creatures like Ifrit, so I wonder how exactly that works within in-game lore.
Well, did you beat Ifrit right now?
Yes.
Alright, you can summon him.
I'm still an arcanist, I'm not a summoner.
It's kind of like how in real life, after you beat a creature, you can just summon them. Like, if you were to fight a tiger and you defeated him, you would probably be able to summon a tiger.
Oh, okay. Just like in real life.
Just like in real life.
Alright, these guys are just going on and on. Okay, take a rest, Leon. Feld Ifrit. Ifrit or Ifrit. Well, speaking of movie recommendations, Sean, I suggest you watch RRR. It's on Netflix, I believe.
What's that?
I think it's an Indian movie, actually. I don't know anybody in the cast, but apparently it stars two fellows who are supposed to be very big Indian movie stars. And at least from what I've heard of it, the premise, well, I haven't read the official premise yet. I actually have to watch the movie, but I intend to watch it either tonight or tomorrow night. The premise is that these two guys team up and take down like some sort of oppressive government in like the 1950s or something like that. But it is described as just like, have you seen that meme where like Arnold Schwarzenegger and his friend just like shake hands in a very muscular way?
Yes.
Like, it's if you took that meme and made an entire movie around that feeling. They're just like real broy, and they're like powerful, and they're like good guys, and yeah.
It's like an action film.
Yeah, it's an action film, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's supposed to be like really positive and just, yeah, just like that. So I intend to watch it tonight. I suggest you watch it one of these days, and maybe we can chat about it.
Yeah, sure. You say it's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I might give it a watch. I've been craving some action films lately. I've been watching serious stuff lately.
Just forget the serious though, John. Just live a little, please.
I can't.
Yeah, so it's called RRR. You can't miss it. I think it's one of the top 10 watched shows this week on Netflix.
Is it a new movie?
Yeah, it's pretty new.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, and this is where we get introduced to the three main companies of the game, if I recall correctly. Are they called companies? I forget what they're called.
They're called Grand Companies. Although I don't know if we get introduced to it now. Is that something that you read? Oh, never mind. It's because of the 3 people showed up.
Yeah. So which one are you planning on joining?
The last time I picked the red people, so I might pick something different this time.
The Order of the Twin Adder. The Immortal Flames. And then the Maelstrom. So I guess a choice is to be made. I gotta say, with my first character, I joined the Immortal Flames, but because I soon quit that character after joining them, I don't actually know what that was like. So there's a certain feeling that I would like to try doing that again. I don't suppose it really makes any difference, really, significantly.
Yeah, as far as I know, it really doesn't.
And of course, you have to go visit the 3 leaders and listen to their speech. So, a lot of downtime ahead, I guess.
Basically, yes.
It's like turning on your TV and watching C-SPAN. Or rather, C-SPAN 2. Alright, but once this cutscene is done, I think that'll be it for me today, unfortunately.
Mhm.
Alright. I'm assuming you're watching the same cutscene.
Yes, I am.
Speak to Tataru. Okay, a hero in the making accepted, but like I said, I think that's where we're gonna wrap things up. Let me go back to my other screen here. Wait a second. So, let's go ahead and wrap this one up, John. Hopefully we can come back next week and continue on this crazy adventure. And hopefully this was worth your while.
Yep, sounds good.
Cool. I'm gonna in the interim, I'm probably gonna try to find a way to get myself to scholar, which I've been meaning to do during my off days. So hopefully by the time I log back in, I'll actually be a full-fledged scholar, and that might get us into queues faster, it being a healer class. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us this afternoon. This has been the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. We hope to see you back, if not Friday, then Thursday for a regular Hades stream where I'm at over 50 deaths in the game, but progressing just a little bit more every time. So with that, thanks again, John, for joining us this afternoon. And thank you all for tuning in. As they say, stay thirsty, Wolfkin. We'll see you again.
See you, everybody.